We're here at the One-to-One Mining Conference in Cape Town. Can you give us a brief background to Lithium Australia?
Well, Lithium Australia is focused on ethical production and supply of materials to the battery industry, and we've done that by taking waste materials, producing lithium chemicals from those, taking those lithium chemicals, producing cathode powders, and then the cathode powders, ultimately we've made batteries out of those, and then we're recovering the batteries and reprocessing those, pulling the metals out of them and rebirthing them, producing new cathode materials. So that closes the loop on the production cycle. Now, I can say that in the last 12 months, one of the things that we've done, which is a world first, has taken material out of mine dumps at Kalgoorlie. We've produced lithium concentrates out of those dumps. We've processed, just as I've mentioned, through to lithium chemicals using a novel process, which we own 100% of, producing the cathode powders and lithium ion batteries from that waste material. It transpires that the quality of those lithium ion batteries is quite exceptional, so we're pleased with that. It's never been done before, but we've done it.
Sounds like an exciting and busy time for you guys. What's next over the next sort of 12 months?
Well, you'll notice there I've mentioned a number of technologies. The flagship technology that we have in the primary processing, that's extracting lithium from lithium minerals, is SciLeach. We've taken that through 2 phases of pilot testing in the past. We've built 2 pilot plants at Anstow, Lucas Heights in Sydney. We're going to build a Generation 3 pilot plant, and that should be sufficient then to make a commitment to build a production plant further down the track. With VSPC, which is the cathode technology, we're in the phase at the moment of completing a pre-feasibility. We'll take that on to feasibility and be in a position by the end of the year to commit to construction of a cathode powder plant somewhere in the world. Haven't figured out exactly where that's going to be at this stage. And of course, there's Sadersdorf, our maiden resource in Germany, lithium resource. We will be taking that through to pre-feasibility. And on top of that, we're continuing with the battery recycling program. That's a research program being underdone, that's a faux pas, being undertaken at a number of Australian universities.
And how are you set for funding?
Funding's okay at the moment. We're sitting with about $11 million in the bank. Of course, those projects are expensive to run, and we will be looking for further funding, initially probably by way of placements to our existing shareholders, and we're discussing, of course, further funding with people attending 121 here in Cape Town.
So what are the key messages you're trying to get across to these investors at Cape Town?
Well, I think one of the key messages is why not do a lot of the battery production in Europe? And of course, we're set in the European landscape with the Sadersdorf deposit, and we can take that through to cathode powders. So the European battery industry doesn't necessarily have to rely upon the import of material to make batteries. You can actually make it in Europe, and we plan on showing people just how you do that, and we would like to see a cathode plant built using our technology in Europe.
And how are you finding the One-to-One conference?
Well, as usual, Cape Town's the best place to come to 121. Great weather, and I think you've got all of the fund managers out of UK, Europe, come down here, probably not because of the weather, it's to talk to people like us.
Well, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you very much.